think there's something on the lens. I don't guess so. No, there's nothing on the lens. All right, in this video, what I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna actually like walk you guys through the Russell Fork race, what I've done in the past on the Russell Fork. Now, yeah, I know what you're saying. You suck. You didn't get first place, but you know what? I got close enough. So, let me look real quick and see where we're at on this. I'm gonna bring. Oh, I closed out the video. God damn it. So I'm going to try to get it all on frame here. Let me bring this down a little better in frame. So this is the actual, so what I'm going to play here, this is the actual like GoPro footage from that day. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, the Russell Fork race actually starts like right below fist. So you don't run tower, fist, all that crap. You start in the pool above maze. So right above maze, you start in the pool. Yeah, so let's get back to it here. I have my coffee. So you guys get to hear me slurp coffee. That must be entertaining. Yeah, so right here's the start of the race. As you can see, there's the timekeeper. Now, this is how it was last year. I don't know how it's going to be this year. There's a whole new group running the event. I really like these guys running the event, too. They've run several other races, so it's going to be more of a organized type race. Not that these guys did a bad job. They did a good job with what they had. You got to think no one wants to step up. I never complain about race volunteers and people put it on because you know what? I'm not doing it. And I come from the camp, don't complain about it if you ain't going to fucking help. You know what? People that like, hey, you should have done this, you should have done that. It's like, hey, buddy, why didn't you help? I didn't want to help. I wanted a race. I just want you to do all the work. But anyway, back to what I was saying. These guys did a good job with what they had. You know, there's only like 2 or 3 guys that, you know, like 2 or 3 people that actually helped out with the race. So I'm not complaining about what they did. They did a really good job. The race went down really well. It went down without any major hiccups. You know, we would sign up there. This year you got to sign up beforehand. So if you're not signed up already, you're kind of shit out of luck, I guess. I think it all stopped today. But yeah, let's go on to the race. So I'm going to rewind it a little bit here. Yeah, so you're in this flat water pool there. I try to get a little farther away from the rocks. It's shallow right there. The guys do a countdown, and, you know, they say go, and you want to time it right. When he says go, you want to be passing by him. So at the start of the race, you know, you just hammer down. You're coming into maze. This is a little flat water section here that kind of like, so you're going to just, what I try to do is, like, stay in this flow. And then start cutting to the left right here. There's some rocks, some mank rocks right there, some mank rocks right there. Took too much water there. Already, I'm pissed off. Already, I'm like, I got water in my face. As you've seen, it had water splash up on my lens, so that means it splashed me in the face too. Now, like, I'm just trying to like start the race. You know, you kind of start it. Now you're coming into maze. Coming into maze, you want to be, let's see, let's go where I'm at. Yeah, so coming into Maze Rapid. Maze Rapid is one of these where you can get lost real easy. What I try to do, see this little flow right here? Ideally, I want my bow. It looks like I'm paddling straight into the rock, but I got a slight left-hand angle. I'm going slightly, I want my bow pointed slightly to the left. So that way when I hit this wave, when I hit this outflow, it's going to shoot me right. It's going to look like I'm going to piton. And actually, if you listen, I do kind of like tag that rock slightly. Hear it? Let's watch that again. What's this? So, I didn't want that, by the way. That's not ideal. Ideally, what? Now, during my practice laps, of course, that didn't happen. So, I come down. I should edge more. So, next time, I'm going to edge it. I'm just going to get on edge a little harder. Now, I'm just going to hammer down a hard draw. I didn't want to do that draw stroke there. You seen how, like, my bow was facing towards this outflow right here. It's like all the water washes. I was facing towards that eddy. That's obviously terrible if I would have eddied out. What I want to do is come down. I should edge more. So I should be on edge really hard so that way I can go out the flow. And I want to hit this little gap here. So watch me draw. Really hard draw right there. A draw. Got me over that rock. I'm back on line again. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. I want to just kind of bridge that. I want it to stay a little cleaner. You might want to kind of go with the flow a little more. Here's where you can kind of get lost in this rapid. Let's pause this. You know, you see this rock right here? That's what I'm actually aiming for. I'm using that rock as a guide on where I need to go. Like, I want to aim for that rock. This rock right here is what my bow is aiming for. I don't really look at any of this stuff because I know if I'm here, I need to be right here. And you're like, oh, that's not that big. Well, it is, because if I go left here, it's real shallow and I get up on a rock and it's really hard to get off of it. Oh, yeah, big rock right there. I just avoided. Go towards that, miss that. I could obviously be paddling harder. I know for you guys watching, like, why don't you paddle harder? Well, you know, I was tired. So now I'm coming into triple drop. So maze and triple drop, for you guys that haven't paddled the Russell Fork before, maze and triple drop are back-to-back rapids. You come out of maze and you're going to go right into triple drop. So this is coming into the first the first one on the triple drop. I come through there. I could be paddling harder. Go right here. There's a little outflow right there. Oh, damn it. I got kicked left. Do you see that? So next time I want to go there and I want to lean forward. Yeah, so here's a tricky rapid. So triple drop is one of the trickiest rapids out here, honestly, in my opinion. Especially this area right here, and I'm going to show you guys in a minute. That area right there is terrible. But the line that I had found, I had watched several people, and they had run several racers, and they had run right here and stayed in that flow. But then one day I paddled it, and I stayed more in this center and loaded my tail, and it gave me like a speed boost out of it, and I speed boost, and then I came and I boofed this little edge right here. So watch. And then if I boof that edge, I avoid that hole. I stay completely dry. There's a speed boost. I'm on the boil line. Now see, conventional wisdom would think, oh, just go with the flow there. I'm telling you, every time I've went there, you're in danger of eddying out here, and real danger is eddy out right here. But here's something funny. So look, you see what this is? That's another racer. So I'm like, oh, wow. I'm 2 rapids deep, and I've already caught a guy. I'm chasing him now. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to catch the boof here. What's this boof? I did more. Now look how dry my bow stayed. I landed right on that wave, and now watch. One stroke, right over the hole. Look how cleanly I came out of bottom of triple drop. Look, I've actually got a racer I'm about to catch. So within the first few, like not even the first minute, I'm already caught a guy. So I'm giving him a hoot and a holler, and when I'm doing this, I don't want him to pull off. If I'm ever behind you or you're behind me, I'm not pulling over. You earned that pass. So when, like here in a minute, you're going to hear me motivating the guy. I want him to go faster. I'm wanting him to have a good race, and I'm wanting him to push me harder. So I caught a big one right there. This little rapid is like nothing special. You just want to stay in the flow here. But watch what happens right here.
I took a big one there.
Oh, moron. So that one caught me right in the chest. Like it slowed me down. Draw stroke there. I didn't need to do that. I'm offline slightly. I'm not very clean right now. I'm like, so what I'm doing, I'm slowing my stroke rate down just really to try to clean it up and quit just like powering so much. I just want to clean it up. Actually, right here, I did not want to be here. You know where I want to be? I want to be right here. See this? See how the water is curling right there? And you should barely miss that rock. If I would have done that, I would have just screamed out of that drop. But I mistimed my stroke, and it put me. This happens a lot of times. I notice this pattern for me. I'll charge so hard sometimes that I kind of like lose sight. It doesn't, charging hard and pushing it doesn't make me faster. It actually makes me slower. So I realize that, I get sloppier, I get offline, and I get slower. So I just realized right here that I'm offline. I should be right here on this outflow and barely miss that rock. That's why I called that to the gym. It worked out, but it's not as fast. Now, here's what's funny. Now, like, look, I'm right on this guy now.
Keep going. You got it.
And look,
paddle harder.
I'm wanting to motivate him. I'm wanting to motivate this guy up. I mean, I'm wanting him to have a good time. I'm wanting him to put down a solid time. But watch. If you're behind me and you're like, hey, buddy, you got it. I'm just going to empty it out. He doesn't even increase his stroke rate. Look, his stroke rate don't even get any faster. So I'm like, I'm already eyeballing. I'm eyeballing this area right here. I've got one area here because once El Horrendo's right here, and I'm not going to be able to pass him in El Horrendo without, I'm not out there to like ram someone and make them crash at El Horrendo. So I know I need to pass them in the flat water section. There's an outflow right here. But what I want to do, I also want to motivate him to make him paddle harder because that makes us both faster. If I want to have a challenge passing them. So anybody that comes up behind me and you're like, "Woo, hey, move over." I'm like, "Nope, I ain't moving over. You earned that pass. You pass me." I mean, they don't do that in NASCAR. They don't come up behind somebody, "Hey, I'm about to pass. Will you move over?" No, that's not going to that's not how races work. You want to pass me, you earn it. So he comes up. So I'm actually trying to motivate the guy a little bit. You'll hear me here. Oh, yeah, so what I want to do, you see this overhanging rock? That lets me know there's an outflow right here. So ideally, I want to stay on this inside edge, this right side edge of him, and pass right here. But what he does, I actually like try to motivate him more, and what he does, he stops paddling and leans over here. So watch. See, look,
Yeah, man.
That's why I did that grunt. I'm like, hammer down. And he got right in the flow where I needed to be. So, but look, I mean, now I'm in pass mode, so I'm like, let's go. Now he's motivating me. So, yeah. If you're out there and you see that, I get it. I've been passed before. It sucks. So right here I'm coming into El Horrendo. You see this flow right there? So I'm already, you notice my paddling strokes, I'm doing more like a bow draw to start turning my boat that way. Yeah, now I'm edging. I want to get on that flow. Right now, I know I'm too far right. I know I don't want to be in this pocket. I need to be right here. I like being right here and letting my bow rub that and then just take that outflow. I'm a little too far right. I'm actually way far right. Yeah, so I don't want to be here. I want to be right there. See that pause it had for me? Now there's a rock right there. I need to be on the left side of that rock, not the right side. You can make the right side work, and it works out for me here, but ideally you want to be on that left side of that rock. You want to come into El Horrendo, be on the left side of that rock. Just visualize that in your head that I need to be on the left side, and you see that left side outflow right there. Look at that all the way down. So, yeah, there's a beefy little hole right here you don't want to get in. See, I made it work. I knew just slow down, lift my bow up, and I come out. Outflow here. When you come out of El Horrendo, everything you got. And then there's a little hole right here. Time that. I wanted to hit that. I could hit that a little cleaner, obviously. Oh, see, I had to do a little bit of a correction stroke there. L hydraulic. Hit that outflow right there. Once again, now here you are. You're like in this slack water. It's not really flat completely. There's a flow right here along this bank. I want to stay in that flow. Notice my strokes are getting a little more vertical. I'm trying to be a little more efficient, but you know what? I'm tired and I suck. Right here, this rapid's tricky. So I watch several people run this rapid, and a lot of people think, oh, just ride this flow out and you'll just zoom right out. Well, I found out in a longboat what happens is you come down and you hit that flow, and then it'll grab your tail or it subs you out. So I actually ran this. I'm pointed right at this edge of this rock, and I want my bow, similar to like how the start of Maze is, I want my bow to hit that and then be pushed over to the right. Watch, I took one righty stroke. Now my bow's going to land here. And watch what this does when that bow hits. It actually fires me to the left really fast. Almost like a speed boost out of there. So go back and watch that again. Watch me just run this again. Coming in. Nice. That came out so clean. It doesn't make sense, I know, but what it does, it loads on that bow and it turns you, and then as long as you get your ass over top of the rest of the wave, it takes out. So now it's just really hammering down. We're coming into a rapid called, climax. I think it's 2-part rapid. It's foreplay then climax. Just kind of funny in a way. But you come down, and now's the time I'm just emptying it out. So I want to come down. I'm just paddling. Okay, speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up. Come down, come down. Look right here. Actually, if you look right here, that's another kayaker. I'm thinking I could lap two. I could lap my second guy. So I just noticed right here, there's another boater down there. So you see this little rock right here? Hit this outflow and then catch this boof. Watch this boof right here. Keep the bow dry. That was nice. Come down. Could be paddling harder. Lift the bow up. Oh, I didn't want to sub that much. Get a little sloppy in the hips. Come down, come down. Once again, that should have been farther left. So what I do here to keep from getting climax is so easy to get lost. I use this rock to let me know I want to be left of that rock. Right there. Catch that, catch that. Go. It's pushing it. Look, dude just span out. He spun out down there. Now I'm thinking, oh, I'm about to lap this guy. So it's like, I catch now another burst of energy. So I'm trying to stay as clean as possible. This is super tricky right here. What you want to do, you want to paddle up on this wave right here. And I paddle up and do an immediate edge transition. Transition to the right, then back to the left, and then straight. So this is the most trickiest part. You don't want to get spun out right. if you get spun out too bad, you don't have to recover it. You can actually go in, I think they call that the box. You can go to the right there. But the fast line is this wave into that and then straight. So let's see what I do here. I didn't run that the way it was supposed to, the way I just described it, by the way. But it worked. I let the tail load. Ideally, I want to be farther right. I let the tail load right here. I just seen the guy drop over. Now, but I'm lined up. I actually come out lined up. And then look at this. Oh my God, he rolled. I was like, I'm not going to be able to pass him. And then I seen this. I was like, oh, he's getting smoked now. I was like, just don't roll. Now watch this. Ah, I'm passing him. Look at that. I'm like, obviously, I don't want to land on him either. The faster line would have been for me to keep the edge and then went straighter, which would have saved me maybe 1 second, 2 seconds, who knows. So I actually edge back over to the right so I don't avoid him coming up. That's why I did that wide swing. And then I hammered down. And I'm like, oh my God, I just passed 2 guys. I look back.
Ah, yeah.
The guy was apologizing like, oh man, I didn't know. But yeah, that was pretty funny. I thought it was funny anyway. Because you're thinking right here, when you're right here, you're thinking, there's no way. Okay, now he's going to finish ahead of me. But he got caught and rolled. And then right there, I'm like, oh, he's done now. So yeah, that's pretty much the Russell Fork race. So yeah, everybody, thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, or you think I could do something a little better, let me know. I'm trying to do different stuff with this channel to see like what works, what doesn't work, and I don't know. This is something I don't see anyone really doing. It's kind of like reviewing their race footage or reviewing their own kayak footage, and I can kind of you're always like the worst critic of yourself, so you should be anyway. And I see a lot of issues when I watch these videos, and I see a lot of problems I can correct, and you know, it makes you all, maybe we could all be better kayakers in the end, or just be better in general. But and if you guys want to support my channel, the best thing you can do is share my videos. If you share my videos and kind of get the videos out more, it helps my channel. It helps like bring it up a little more, and then I'll keep doing content like this. If you want to see me continue to do content like this, I will. But yeah, I can definitely keep it going. So thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.